everybody, welcome back again for another weekly episode of the White Whale Weekly. Tim Loomis and Chris Shores, and today we are doing a local spotlight on the Little Griddle. So this may look familiar. This is also going to be the same building that is currently the Wild Oats and Billy Goats, which was formerly Little Drug Co. on Canal Street. We're really excited to be back and talk with our good friend Weatherly once again. She is in the process of getting the Little Griddle reopened, and we're really excited to show you what's going to be inside and what she's going to be bringing back to Canal Street. Exactly. So let's go on in, and before we go in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you like to see, and what we can do to help you. We greatly appreciate it.
Looks like a brooch.
Yeah, it looks like a brooch.
It looks like I have a small rat on my...
Yeah. They kind of blend with these shirts.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
I should have worn. That's all right.
Everybody, this is not a rat. This is a microphone on Weatherly's shirt here. Hey guys, good afternoon. Chris Shores and Tim Loomis here. We are back again with our good friend Miss Weatherly from Wild Oats and Billy Goats here on Canal Street, and with the new addition, Little Griddle. Weatherly, thank you so much for coming back on our YouTube channel with us.
Happy to join you again.
Yes, we greatly appreciate it. So tell us what you've been up to. How's business?
It's been great. We've been very pleased over at Wild Oats and Billy Goats, and we feel like this will be a good synergy between the two businesses. I think they'll feed each other. No pun intended.
Yeah, that's a lot of pun intended there.
Yeah,
we're definitely looking forward to eating here. That's for sure.
We didn't even script that, so good.
There you go.
Absolutely. So the name. How did you come up with the name for the Little Griddle?
Well, we wanted to be sure to keep something that people would recognize, and people have called this Littles, since I've known about it.
Yeah.
Whether they call it Little's drugstore or whatever, and of course we're not a drugstore anymore, but we wanted to keep the name Little in there. And so literally I woke up in the middle of the night one night, and that's what came to me, and I had somebody work on the logo, and this is what we came up with, and it just felt like it fit the space.
And it's an awesome logo at that. That's great.
It's a little vintage and kind of fun,
Yeah,
and it says who we are.
Exactly.
I definitely agree with the vintageness, so it kind of keeps the wholesome feel of what the original Littles used to be. So I think you've done a really good job of just trying to keep that history and the heritage there. So from locals a long time, we greatly appreciate it. I'm sure most of you viewers will appreciate that as well.
Who've been coming here since that you were kids, or even longer, so.
Yeah, it's been fun to have people come in and tell us the stories about when they were here with their grandparents and all of that. So it was important to us that we keep it as close to what people remember as possible.
Yeah.
So
we're looking forward to that.
We are. So speaking of looking forward to it, so right now we're September 14th filming this video.
Yes.
Do we have a hard open date yet?
When are we coming to eat lunch? We're hungry now. It's about lunchtime.
Well, we're telling everybody end of September, and I'm going to stick to that as close to that as possible. So right now we're still on track for that. Still have a few things to get through from the city, but that's what our plan is.
Well, that's usually what happens. If you give it more time, then it ends up taking more time.
Yeah,
so
we're not going to give it any more time.
We're not adding any time to the timeline here. So that's
everybody basically show up September 30th, and we'll be waiting outside.
Don't tell them that.
The line down the street, exactly.
We only have so many seats, but we're excited to see everybody.
Yeah. So you guys are also, you're going to do some, you were talking about some interesting menu items. You want to tell us a little bit about the menu?
Yes.
And
So something else that was important to us was to keep keep a lot of the same menu items that people love. We have people coming in going, you're going to have grilled cheese, right? You're going to have the burgers, you're going to have the dogs. So we are going to make sure that we have all those favorites for everyone.
Okay.
But we've added some fun, special things. We're going to have some crazy kind of hot dogs, to kind of gourmet hot dogs with fun toppings. We're going to add some fun stuff. And we're also doing some items as a tribute to the owner of the building, Jerry Sapp.
Okay,
So
cool.
we're going to have Jerry's Farm Burger,
Okay.
PHARM, farm for a pharmacy.
Okay, got
So
it.
we're going to make sure that we have some fun items, and hopefully people will get our sense of humor. So.
Hot dog, that all sounds really good. I'm interested what this farm burger is going to be about.
There you go.
Sounds good to
You'll
me.
have to come in and have one. So.
Exactly.
So we've got the old staples, we got some new creations. What about, we're gonna have, sounds like maybe coffee bar and
Yes.
desserts.
Oh, dessert.
Yep.
And ice cream float still, or that's all still gonna be going on?
Absolutely. So in the front of the store, we have an ice cream counter with a lot of homemade breakfast goodies, home-baked muffins and scones and pastries and bagels and all that sort of stuff in the front. And you can come get your specialty coffees or just a really good cup of joe. in the front, and then of course we're going to serve breakfast and lunch in the seating area. And then in the back, we have a ice cream counter, so you'll be able to get all the old-fashioned floats.
That sounds good. Yeah.
And we're going to do the old-fashioned sodas. We're going to do root beer floats and banana splits and all the stuff you would expect to see in a vintage-style diner like this.
Nice.
And then we're going to also do some stuffed shakes, all the crazy new craze of shakes that have cookies stuffed in them and
all the sugar and calories and stuff. Come on down.
It sounds perfect. Going right into holiday season where everybody's been off their diets now for 3 months and you're getting all cozy.
Forget the bikinis. Come get your ice cream, and you can cover up later in the year.
Back to the basics, right?
Exactly.
You can come by in the morning, get a scone and a coffee, come back for lunch. You know, so especially if you live or work in the in this downtown area, or even if you're visiting, like you can eat pretty much anything here. It's good.
So I know we covered breakfast and lunch. Are you doing dinner and special events or brunches, or
we are
weekends? Like what is
so we're going to be open 7 days. We're going to open at 7 on Sunday. We're going to open a little bit later, but we're going to have brunch on Sundays.
Cool.
We're going to do all of the special events on the street because there's some really great things that Canal Street does. So we're going to make sure that we have food for all of those events. Will be open late for that.
So you're referring to our ladies' night out, our car shows, our art walks. If you don't know all the different events that go on at Canal, there's always something going on. So that'll be a really great addition to have open. So.
Yeah, and then we're not going to do dinner every night right away. We'll probably get into that after we, make sure we're doing everything right.
Let's get this little griddle up and going, and then let's go from there, one
Exactly.
step at a time, right? So
Absolutely.
So starting out will be breakfast and lunch, and 7 days a week. All right, perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Outside of that, anything else that you think we should know other than we're shooting for September? It sounds like it's going to be lots of great food and.
We've got a website, little-griddle.com, so people can keep up with us that way. People stop in every day. We like meeting our new neighbors. We're excited to see everybody here, and we'll make sure that we get the word out as soon as it opens, but you can always check the website.
Of course, yeah. We'll make sure we put it all on the bottom here too. So you guys, there'll be a link below where you can go onto the Little Griddle's website as well.
Yep, so I know parking's a little tight sometimes on Canal Street. Do you guys still have the back
We
parking
do.
lot?
We still have the back lot and the breezeway that you can go through the breezeway. If it's raining, you can get from the parking lot. When you get out of your car, once you get to the breezeway, you don't get wet. And walk around to the front, come in.
The pro tip, so if you've watched this video, then you know how to get in without getting soaking wet. That's good.
We may add that some B-roll there for you to actually watch to know how to do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So don't let parking be an issue on why you can't come down to the Little Griddle or check out Wild Oats.
There's not many parking spots, places that have the lots behind them, so that is a benefit for us.
Yes, us in New Smyrna always needing more parking, so it's definitely a convenience to have for sure. So, do you have any other questions or anything else?
Anything you think the people should know?
No, come out and see us. I know people have been, asking when we're opening, and a lot of people have history here. So come. I know the little drugstore, when it shut down, a lot of people were sad about that, but we're hoping that we're going to start a new era for everybody to, start fresh with us and come give us a try, and maybe we've got another 75 years to go. So
Well, we're rooting for another 75, and we really thank you for keeping that heritage and just keeping the New Smyrna history there. I know one day we'll hopefully bring in our kids here at some point and making them happen, just keeping the generational thing going.
We'll sugar them up, and then we'll send them home with you.
Perfect. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate it. Yes.
Thank you, guys.
So there you guys have it. Another great sneak peek of what's to come here on Canal Street with Miss Weatherly. Make sure you guys check it out. Like we said, we're going to put a link below to her website so you can look at it. I think there's some interesting menu items.
Interesting menu items for sure. One of the hot dogs is going to be called I Dream of Weenie. Which
I think it's a show tune spinoff, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Sure, some of our viewers may have heard of the real show.
Exactly. And then also one other thing is that the old pharmacy room in the back there, it's going to be available for rent for like special events or meetings. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you reach out to Weatherly.
And that's a pro tip. I don't think really too many people know about that, or really the whole skinny and what's going on with the restaurant right now. So just remember your local guys, Chris and Tim with White Whale Real Estate. We're here for all of your local needs, especially real estate. Also, Weatherly wanted me to mention that she is currently hiring all positions right now. So if you or anybody that you know is looking for a restaurant position, please come in and check her out on Canal Street where the Old Littles used to be.
She's nice. We'd work for her.
Yeah, I'd work for her.
For sure. So
Or at least come in and have lunch with her.
exactly. Yeah. So
Also, too, this is the breezeway that we were talking about, with the parking
and
in the back.
it's very breezy. It feels
is-
good.
it
'Cause
is
it's
a
like
true
90
breezeway.
and cooking out right now. So, but either way, don't forget, like, subscribe, follow. We thank you guys very much, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Well, one of the greatest things about this place is being older, as you can tell, I'm not quite your age, is the good old fountains. We used to be able to go and sit and get a good ice cream.
That's what they're going to have
That's what
here.
they're gonna have.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
so
gonna do it.
They're bringing
Just-
it back. So definitely
I'll be-
check them out.